We have our Alfa Romeo Giulia, and today we're going to be replacing the low voltage battery. Once you have the trunk open, Alice had a great idea, and that was to put a towel in front of the latch so that in case the trunk closes, you're not gonna lock yourself out should you have the battery disconnected. Speaking of the battery, right there, that access panel is what we're gonna wanna get to. This trunk lid is actually magnetic, so if you have a magnetic light, it's great to mount and then shine directly on here. The first thing that we gotta do is take these off. All the tools we use will be linked below. This one is super handy to get into spaces that are tight and you need a short neck for and a long handle. Or you can go the manual way. We'll be using the bits from this kit and a few other things. When you're looking at the battery, the screw you're gonna want to remove is that one right there. So we'll take a 10mm and we'll take our ratchet and we'll crank that bad boy out. Okay, I think you're good. I think that should just pull off now, so just try pulling it straight up. To get this guy out, it seems like you just gotta kind of grab it from around the sides and then just wiggle it out. There you go. You kind of just gotta wiggle it. And then this part comes right out. This is some kind of sensor, and then this is your negative wire. And this one has the quick release, so if you push this in, see, check that out. And you don't have to do that, but it's easier for getting the battery out because now this is separated and then this part is over here. If you want to have an easier time taking this out, Alice had the great idea of taking this clip that's in your trunk out, and then you might want to take this one out. We didn't take this one out. This one gave us plenty of room to be able to pull this back where we could see the hose that we needed to take out and that 10mm down there. So the girlfriend recommended pulling this one out. Great idea. If you need more space, do the top one too. These clips on our car kind of suck. They broke, so be prepared to have more clips or not put the clips back in. The carpet is pretty strong. It's pretty firm though, so if you just slap it back to the side, you might not need clips. The next step is going to be removing this trim piece that covers the positive area and the fuse box. So it just pulls up and then you can see everything right here. After you do this, you're going to want to notice that red clip in the back with the two Phillips head screws on it. That's what we're going to need to remove next. Looking at the battery, you have your fuse box right here. Now you're not going to want to do anything with the fuse box itself. It's going to be this battery post behind it. You see that positive terminal? Some models have a quick release. This one does not. We have a 10mm bolt that we'll have to remove. And then we'll do the same thing where we wiggle that clamp off the post. You want to try wiggling it off? Yeah. There you go. Good job. Same thing with this one, you just wiggle it off and the whole fuse box is gonna come off the battery.
The next thing we wanna do is pull out the vent hose right here, disconnects there. So out we go. And if you look further down, there's a 10mm bolt that we'll have to remove. That is what clamps the battery down. So we'll wanna take that out. We've jiggered together some length and we tested it and it'll reach.
So this is the guy that was pushing against your battery like this. Now some models might look a little bit different. We've seen some with longer, much longer screws. And that probably clamps it to the top of the battery so you don't have to reach all the way down. But this one was ours. The process will be the same, 10mm. You're just gonna wanna put a socket on there and pull it out.
The final step is to remove this battery strap right here.
Now you're finally at the point where you're ready to remove your battery. So all we need to do is get someone super strong and we can pull this guy out. What's kind of helpful is there's these handles that are on the side and you're just going to want to flip it up and hopefully that helps us remove this really heavy battery.
There we go.
And that is your super heavy battery.
There we go.
This is the hole that you're left with, and we'll somehow have to figure out how to get the new one back in there, but this is what it looks like with an empty battery. Oh yeah, girlfriend pointed out that lip. That's where the new battery is going to want to slot into. We're gonna wanna pay attention to the way the battery came out of the car. So we have the negative terminal on this side and the positive terminal on that side. Because of that lip the girlfriend mentioned earlier, after you put the battery in, you're gonna wanna slide it forward so it slots in that lip. This is the orientation that we took it out, and it's the orientation we're gonna put the new one going in. This is our new AGM battery. Remember, negative on this side, positive on that side. It's time to pull up those grab handles and slot her in. Halfway into the car again, and we're just gonna pull this over. Try not to set it down on any of the hoses or anything. Get all that stuff's out of the way. We want to make sure that this battery strap is not gonna get pushed back because it's supposed to go over the battery itself. We can honestly just slot it in like this and kind of rotate it around. Trying the technique of putting the negative in first and then just kind of like sliding it into place. I think we're good. Whew. I think we did it though. Now that the battery is in, the main thing that we're gonna wanna check, or at least the first thing we're gonna wanna check, is on this side and make sure that it's slotted securely into that little groove, which ours looks like it is. Now on the opposite side, that bracket that was holding the battery down is what we're gonna wanna put in next, and that's basically gonna confirm that we put the battery in the exact position it needs to be. So this is what ours is gonna look like, and it's gonna have to go down there. The girlfriend got it. So now she's gotta get that extremely long extension and screw that back down. Now it doesn't have to be super tight, so we're going to move the drill to its lower torque setting. Not the lowest, but maybe like a 5. The next thing that we're gonna do is put the battery strap back over the battery and pull it securely. When you loop it through, we did it so this part goes in the back slot and then it comes out of that top slot. So the loop is kind of like this, and you just go ahead and pull it super tight. So now we can go ahead and reconnect the hose to the back of the battery. And don't forget this part because the battery needs somewhere to vent the gases, especially since it's in your trunk. Now we look to the other side of the battery, the positives and the fuse box. So if you have the model where yours has a quick release, you're just going to push this back down and pull that quick release back closed. For us, we have a 10mm bolt that we're going to have to tighten. Either way, we'll just put the fuse box back on the battery. Make sure to rest that clamp back on the battery post. Girlfriend did an excellent job there. You can see it's perfectly fit. We just have to tighten that bolt. Remember, if you got that quick release, just make sure that thing is snapped tight. Now, because of the way our clip sits, it looks like it's universal, meaning we can either put it in this way or the reversed way. It shouldn't matter. Let's go ahead and clamp her back in. And that's what's basically holding the whole fuse box down. And girlfriend is right, that does feel secure. We just got to put those Phillips head screwdrivers back in. If there's a little bit of wiggle, you're all good. Just make sure there's not too much wiggle, and then we can go ahead and put the cover back on top of a fuse box. This cutout is gonna be on that side, and it's for that wire there. And the last thing to do is go over to the negative terminal. With the sensor part on this side, we can go ahead and put the black quick release back on here, or you can do it afterwards. We'll just do it afterwards. So we're gonna wanna sit this back onto that negative post. You can always hand tighten it after. And then you can go ahead and put that quick release back on here. That bad boy will snap into place. And you have a new battery. What? Thanks, Costco. We're all done back here. We saved ourselves quite a bit of money. So we're just gonna put that panel back into place and start up the car. Good sign is that the puddle light works. We are now going to turn the car on. Oh yeah, this light also works. We're gonna turn the car on and we're going to see how many errors pop up.
Oh no. Don't fret, Mosley. We've got a solution. What we need to do is turn the steering wheel all the way hard to the left and all the way hard to the right. And go back to the center and turn off the car. Boyfriend?
Yeah.
Shall we try again?
Let's try again.
Let's see if that worked. She fixed it. I did, Mosley.
So that is how you put a new battery into your Alfa Romeo Giulia. That's how you reset the errors that pop up afterwards and give it a chance to learn the new battery. That wasn't hard at all, huh?
No, it was pretty easy, except it was very heavy. My arms hurt. I got a bruise.
Yeah, her arms hurt. But if you want to change your own battery, this is the video for you. If you want to see more cool things that we're going to do to the Alfa Romeo coming soon, you can only see them if you subscribe and follow us. So subscribe and follow us, right?
Also, you can only see Mosley if you subscribe and follow us, because he's not going to make it on any other video.
Oh, he's gonna eat the bike.